Can you guys hear me now? Jones Julia track. Let me know, guys, if you can hear me, please. Yeah. Has the music stopped? I don't know why it decided to change everything around. Right, okay. Toby Truck is saying all you can hear music, can barely hear you. Just right, Jones. Has the music stopped by any chance, guys? Yeah. I'm sorry, I changed the settings and I totally messed it up. Let me know if you can hear me now. All right, fantastic. That's brilliant. Wow. Hope you're all doing well. Picknays, I think you're new to my live streams. I haven't seen you again. Well, I haven't seen you before, so welcome, bro, to the family of BOTB. But you know what? This week's picture is fairly tricky, man. Fairly tricky picture. How are you guys finding it? Where are you from? Fam? I'll probably live near you, bro. I'll probably live near you. You know, a lot of people requested me to do the live streams at 8 o'clock, but I don't think so. It's the best time personally because a lot of people have already played. Not many people have joined, the regulars as well. Just never get the chance to come on. Picknays. Oh, awesome, bro, man. Omar's on. Sup, Stig? Yes, bro. I'm good. Yeah, sound it local. Yeah, I'm probably nearby, bro. I might be your next door neighbor. You never know. You probably know me. You probably know me. But you know, I want to talk about the midweek picture that just went. I totally screwed it. Honestly, well, I didn't expect the judges to go that low, purely because I thought the ball was going to come to the guy in orange, but they said he's already headed the ball. But I guess it is what it is. Zone 3 for me. How did you guys get on with the midweek picture? Are you from Manchester? I could be. Maybe. A lot of people think I'm from Bradford. But I promise you, I'm not. Then again, I might be. I could be lying. We've got a few more people joining up. Finally. Is my mic's not too loud, is it? Sometimes it's got a mind of its own, like the judges. Judges have a mind of their own and go crazy. There's a couple of things I've noticed on this week's picture as well. Is number one, the main one, both players are looking in total different directions. This chap here is looking more towards the right hand side of the picture, and he's looking more straight up. So a lot of you have mentioned that the ball could be higher. The only thing I can see with this week's picture is if the ball was a lot higher up, how the hell is he going to get higher to meet the ball? You know, he's pretty much right at the end of his jump. If you look at his knees, the way his body is, the way the shirt's lifted from here, that to me indicates he's coming back down from the header. So this week could be slightly off, guys. There's a new, well, like I said, I've noticed something really important. What it could be is that the guy met the ball up here, around here. When he jumped up, he met the ball, he's headed the ball, and it's gone to the right hand side. So the shift for this week's average could slightly, these three averages I've got on the basis that he's going to jump up, or he's already just jumped and met the ball. But the new thing could be that it's a slightly more to the right and up around here if he's already headed the ball. So this week, expect judges to come more towards the right hand side and up here, because some of the judges will say that he's obviously jumped up, he's already headed the ball, and he's coming back down from what you can see in the guy's body language. Kaelin, thank you, bro, man. It's nice to have new people join the live streams and the people that watch my videos, man. Honestly, it was 2 months old. You're still, what do you call it, a newbie. How you finding it? James Khan, midweek was a kuti last week. Only £5 in game credit and hitting zone 2. Chalo. You know what? Midweek was a bad one for me, man. Faz is saying, yes, Faz. Definitely ain't from Scotland. Nope. And I can't even do a Scottish accent as well. So you never know, Faz, though. I could have moved from a different area into Glasgow. You never know. Okay. Omar is saying, I think it's 500 to 550 on Y. That's a really good shout, because if you look at my 3 averages I've got, are pretty much in the 550. This one's slightly lower, but these two are pretty much in 550 of height. What the point I wanted to make across was about the guy actually already meeting the ball. That's if it wants to let me. If the guy's already has made contact with the ball, then expect the judges to come out further out. Expect judges to come out at least to here. At least here, because I won't say the average unless every single judge plays it up here, but some of the judges can come up here and they'll be able to justify it, because what you got to look at is if he's already made the jump, he's met the ball around here, the ball's traveling towards that direction, and that's why this guy, this is the only decent explanation I can give. Both players looking in different direction is he's already made the jump, he had the ball, he's coming back down, and the ball's traveling towards the right hand side of the picture, and that's why this guy is actually just looking at the ball, and the guy in blue can see the ball and the player in white. That's the logical explanation I can give with both players looking in different directions. So I'm thinking of changing my average slightly on that basis, but obviously what I'm going to do first is take everybody's coordinates and then we'll see what we actually get. By seeing your videos, I got all my money back. I was in zone 1. I got 48 quid back last week. That's fantastic, man, Kaelin. The whole purpose of me doing all this is basically to help you guys get closer and myself. And hopefully, we've had previous winners. Some people have just stayed silent. I don't want to take credit for them winning. Obviously, they do their own coordinates. But as a community, us guys have done Us guys have done a fantastic job as a team. I don't take credit for anybody coming close by myself, because I involve a lot of you guys in now as well. And James Khan, Bolton. That's where Amir Khan's from. I think me and I think I'll leave that out. It's not good for social media. Funny name has given his coordinate, which is 1408,488, which is a good. If he was jumping, his shorts would be creased downwards. Since he's coming down, his shorts have a bit of airing. Yeah, that's a very good point, especially if you look at this area here. He's got a lot of air coming into the back of his shirt, and I think James made a very good point of that his shorts as well are lifting up. So I'm going on the basis for this week. This is something I didn't realize in the first video or the second one, purely because I was too concentrated on the eye lines and trying to get it. But you have to take body language into consideration, because that's what is a fine line between coming in zone 1 and just missing and going into zone 2 and 3. Now, where I've got my averages could be a zone 2, and the actual zone 1 could be slightly higher up, purely on the basis that the guy met the ball at a higher up place, and the ball is traveling more towards the right hand side. So I'm certain that this is something the judges will pick up, especially if they've been playing football for 30-40 years, and it's over a century between them. I definitely think they would notice that the player in white is not going up to meet the ball. He's already met the ball and he's coming back down. There's no way, I can't see him physically chucking himself higher up to meet the ball here. It just doesn't make sense to me. So I think he's already met the ball, and he's going to obviously he's coming back down. That's why this guy's eye line is more towards the right hand side. So if you guys are playing towards the right hand side, I wouldn't stay low, because then that eye doesn't really match up. But I think if you're higher up into the 400s, 480s, that would make a lot more sense, that the guy is still looking at the ball. Peter is saying hello all. Also a newbie, 2 months, but already won £200 being runner up. My point for today is 1463, 459. 1463, 459. No, I think that's a really good shout, Peter, because that's the area I'm hoping our average actually lands, because a lot of you guys are pushing towards the higher up. And welcome to the family as well. We've got Dougie D. I like that name, man. Evening Stig, yes, bruv. You got this, Alessandro. Thank you for the lovely messages, Alessandro. I hope I'm pronouncing his name. And I think this week's picture, I know it's a difficult picture, but I've got that gut instinct that we're going to get a winner from our family, man. I know we're going to get a winner from our family, because it's due. Another win is due, definitely. Okay, what I'm going to do is, guys, since there's quite a few of you, I'm going to take your coordinates and put them down, so we see what we get. Okay, Omar's, we'll put Omar's coordinate is 1405,536. 1405. That's Omar's. Funny name as given is 1408,488. 1408,488. That's another decent coordinate. So, when you guys are giving me these coordinates, they're your averages, yeah? Not just lineup coordinates where judges can go. Please bear that in mind when you're giving coordinates. Okay, We get Peters. Peters is 1463, 459. 1463. 1463. I like this coordinate as well. This is what I'm saying is I've been looking at the picture and I've realized that I've come a bit too low and a bit too to the left. I think if the averages, it should pan out more higher up and slightly more towards the right hand side for the X. But we'll just see what everybody's got. And then yes, Hardeep's been with me from day dot as well, man. He's always messaged me. You know what? Some of you guys have just made a really good a friendship with, and we talk on a daily basis. Okay, MZ Motors. I have 1452 556. 1452. Cool. And then we've got Hardeep's is 1389 575. That's very close to my freebie, I think. $13.89. Hardeep's. Right. Jake is saying, bro, you are 100% right. White guy headed the ball already. Jake, that's something I've literally noticed today. And honestly, from my footballer's point of view, if you play football, you would know that there's no chance the guy in white jumping any higher up to meet the ball. So I think a lot of the judges and the main cluster of judges, you'll get a few that will come down and out, but I think the ones that come down or further to the right or the odd ones out will be taken out, but the majority of the judges should cluster together for this week. Okay. Okay, Omar's average is 1393 526 13. Cool. Faz is 1470 529. 1470. It's a decent shout. But I think if you guys are going higher, I think the ball will be slightly more into the early 1400s. I don't think it'd be into the late, but it could be because of the guy in blue. I know his eye line's practically looking into, even if you line it up here, it looks good for the guy in blue. So it could be a good push around here for coordinates. Bear that in mind, guys. Okay, Dougie D is 1480 570. 1480. Cool. Got anyone else? If you check the high res picture, you can see the sweat drops. Yeah, even if you put your cursor over the guy's actual above his forehead, you can actually see the droplets of sweat. So he's definitely, I definitely think he's made contact with the ball, even with the way his hair is. Look at this guy's hair, and look at he's definitely made contact with the ball, 100%. Okay, it's anyone else want to give the? Did you notice the Photoshop on top? What part, Omar? Sorry, Stig. 1380, not 1480. Cool. I'll change that. Cool. Carlos is saying 1373 547. 1373 547. Cool. I remember seeing on another live stream someone mentioned looking at week 47's picture. Look at his mouth, it's wide open. He definitely made contact with the ball and reached the peak of his jump. Yeah, that's a good shout as well. Funny name, is that week 47 from last year? That's a similar picture. Top chairs. This part here are you on about, Omar? That it's been edited. Right, awesome. I think pretty much everyone agrees with him already making contact with the ball. Perfect. Because I personally think he's already made contact with the ball as well. Okay, we got hi. Good luck. Hi, Stig. You know, I'll be honest with you. I find it. You know, when you guys call me Stig, it's like my second name now. You know, it's like a nickname. Whereas before, I used to find it really strange when, you know, people used to text me, "What's happening? What's happening, Stig?" Oh, like it all started from nothing. Honestly, it all started when I started doing BOTB. A lot of people were like, at that time, I didn't have a camera to actually do. You know, show my face, but I thought what I'll do is once the YouTube channel picks up, I'll buy a camera and then I can show my face. But it went from one thing, and then eventually, it like in the beginning of I think the first 8-9 months, the amount of runners up we got was unbelievable, man. Honestly, last year alone, I think I got runners up nine plus times. That's with the midweek and the DreamCar. So you know, if you think about, you know, how much that is in game credit. At one point, if you guys have been following me for a long time, at one point I had almost £1,000 of game credit, but it just shows that the game is difficult. You know, sometimes we think where the ball is, like here, just say for instance, we think the ball's here, and you know, when the judging comes, it's moved towards the right hand side. For instance, let's just give a recent one, is the midweek competition. You know, the average landed for height in 800s. I think I got one coordinate in 800s, and that was a judge's coordinate. I didn't get an average in that area. Now, with the last week's midweek competition, I think the judging was pretty fair. You know, majority of judges were clustered together, and what they said, that the guy in orange has already headed the ball. These are the things, guys. These are the things. There's so many alternatives. This is what I always yab on about, is there are so many alternatives in each picture BOTB provides us, that sometimes some people will be happy with the judging, some people won't be, because we all have our own perspective of when we look at the picture. Now, the basic things, when we complain about the judging, it's the basic things. Now, if judges turn around and say this guy's going to jump up and he's going to head at the ball, and they come down here, you know, automatically I think they should be removed, taken out, because that doesn't make sense, especially if you're a 40 to 50 year experience in football. There's no chance he's going up any higher to meet the ball or head the ball. So I think with this week one, if you go on the basis that the guy's already made contact with the ball, and he's going to he's coming back down, and this guy on the bottom in blue is looking at the ball. So if you get a really good lining for the guy in blue, I think we'll nail the guy in white, because he's just looking at the ball. He's already made contact, and that's what I think we should focus on, is getting a really good average and then working from that, because you got till Sunday midnight, work on that, and then see what area you particularly like. Okay, Kalen has given his is 1413 580. 1413. Cool. Okay, MZ Motors Plus, if he was jumping higher, his hands would be higher above his shoulders. He made contact, you can see with the arm. He's not reaching anymore because he already has. Yeah, perfect, man. That's what I mean. I think majority of the judges will see that. The odd few might not see that, but the majority of judges will see that. We love you, bro. Love you too, bro, man. I really enjoy making these videos, honestly. Even the live streams, I really do enjoy making them. It's something that has become more of a hobby for me to make these videos. I don't do it for any other particular reason apart from winning, obviously. But you know, a lot of people have a misconception when it comes to YouTube videos and content being put out for BOTB, but I see it as my whole purpose is to help you guys and help myself as well at the same time. And there's always that one judge that plays a ridiculous coordinate, and you wonder how it's so outrageous. But have you realized they've started to take these stupid judges out now? The ones that don't make sense, you know, they'll take you out. Lyman, nice to have you in the stream, bro. 1375 513. 1375 513. Dougie D is asking, what cars do I play for? It depends. It depends what game credit. I've still got I think £120 in game credit from my runners up. So usually what I do is I try spreading it out. With the midweek one, I try choosing a lower end car like the GTI or the Golf R. And with the midweek one, depending on what game credit I have or how much my budget is for that week, I'll play for a higher end car. At the moment, currently I'm switching from the GTI, the Golf R, the A45S, and that's what I'm doing at the moment. Is purely because that's something I can afford to run. And if I win any of these cars, I'll keep. I know I'd love to win a Lambo, you know, money wise, but I won't be able to afford it. I won't be able to run it even for that year. I don't think so. I'd be able to run it, especially in my area. I don't think so. It'll happen. But there was another thing, guys, I wanted to say is I'm gonna contact BOTB about, you know, when you play midweek and they don't give you the option of not playing your freebie ticket. I think personally they should give us that option to not play our DreamCar freebie, because a lot of people just wait for the free ticket for the DreamCar. Sometimes you don't like the picture, but you're kind of forced to play the DreamCar freebie on midweek. I think BOTB should do that. If you guys agree with me, make sure you leave a comment below. Because as we know, obviously BOTB do flick through all social medias and pick up on suggestions what us guys make as well. So it'd be good. It'll definitely be good. Noor, how you doing, my brother? Noor's given a coordinate of 1364 532. 1364 532. Cool. We've got about 15 coordinates. I don't know if Ashley's in, because Ashley usually does my average for me, but he's probably busy. I'm good, my brother, man. Thank you. I'm good. Well, what I'll do is I'll get an average for this, and let's see. Look, we're pretty much, majority of us are in that trajectory, and that's the trajectory I think the spread would be. I don't think it'd be much of an X spread. I think it'd be a height spread for this week. As I mentioned with the midweek one as well, that there won't be much on the X spread, but the height would be a bit of a spread. I know one of the judges went really far out. He did give his explanation, but he was in the end taken out. ET is saying, hi Stig, hi my brother ET. Do you want to give you a coordinate before I do an average? Right, let me see what we got. 1, 2, 3. One, two, three. Cool. Right, this is the average we're getting from our coordinates, guys. ET has given 1326 506. 1326 506. Oh. MZ Motors is saying, are you gentlemen ready for the new McLaren and the GT3 drop on Wednesday? I didn't know it was going to drop on Wednesday, but I'm definitely going to look forward to it now. Good luck is saying 1349 597 1349. Personally, I think that's a judge can put a coordinate there. When I was doing my averages, I got a judge's coordinate there as well. So as an average point, I think it's highly unlikely. Another thing, guys, to realize is, when you're putting your coordinates here, yes, they look really good. You know, if you think about the guy in white, they look really, really good. But you have to push this guy's eye line backwards. And that's a little bit concerning when you look at this guy. He's looking more towards that direction. So just take that into consideration as well. That's why my average, one of them was towards the left-hand side. But I'm more keen at looking in this direction. So even so, if you draw this line straight up, have, you know, compensate it with the other eye and go further out. Let's see what average we get. So that's very close to the actual average from the first one as well. So let me give you them both averages. And then, so one of them is 1405, 547. And then the other average, it meets right here. So it's pretty much right in the same spot. So both of them, even including these last couple of coordinates, 1405, 547. What did we start off with? This one here, was that my average? No, I can't remember my average. Jeez. Does anybody remember what my average was? Okay. Kurt is saying that I'm on next week's pick. I'm on actually a month ahead on the midweek one with what I did in the last one. No way it can be so way back. Harsh is saying it is in the 1400s for the X range. That's a good shout. Our average is actually 14 in the 1400s. Personally, I think if you're going to work on the picture, work from 1400s and then include into the late 1400s as well, purely on the basis that, you know, the trajectory for this week's picture is roughly around this way. So take this into consideration as well. 1441, 489 is a good shout because our average is down here. It could be pushed around here, or even if it could meet down here. So take that trajectory into perspective for this week's, and hopefully we'd get a good shout with the results, because I don't see any of the judges screwing this up this week. And if they do, I will personally travel all the way down to London and take every single one to Specsavers, because they're obviously seeing something that those guys are not. And with age, they say, yeah, eyesight deteriorates. They will use that right eye on the blue player. Yes, Kurt saying they'll use the right eye. Did you notice our crosses are smaller on the actual high-res? Yes, I couldn't. When I actually downloaded the high-res picture, I couldn't even see my codes for the midweek one. They were so tiny. That's purely because they've obviously increased the pixel ratio in the midweek one. I don't think I think this picture's got the same pixel rate as the previous ones, so they haven't increased it on this, but who knows. Did anybody actually check if the zone 1, 2, 3 and 4 or 5 were actually enlarged? Because that's what BOTB said they were going to do. But generally, I think if I was to remove these coordinates now, and then we can focus on our area. There we go. That's a trajectory. I'm really liking that trajectory. Honestly, I think that you can't really get anything better than that with the eye lines. I know there's a lot of whiteness under this guy's eyes, but because he's coming back down, his eyes are straining to look higher up. That's why I'm not in this area, because if this guy wasn't here, I'd probably be here. But because we got the guy in blue, I'm pushing more towards the right hand side. And this getting this average here has, for me, guys, it's given me that confidence in what I was thinking earlier on with the guy in white already making contact with the ball, and as he's coming back down, he's looking at the ball, and the guy in blue is actually looking at the ball now. That's why we've got two separate areas that the players are looking at. Let me actually put the average. So the average we have is 14. 0. For the X. And 5. That's the average we have. And I think that's a pretty decent shout. I'll be honest with you guys. I can't personally get anything else lower, thinking, you know, taking everything else into consideration. I can't get anything lower. So I'm confident. You know, I'm putting my reputation on the line as, you know, a BOTB player. I'm confident that the average of the judges should land in this area. And if it doesn't, I'll reveal myself. That's how confident I am. I will reveal myself if the judge's average doesn't land in this box. I'm only joking, guys. Yeah, don't take that. Don't take that on board. I'm only joking. I'm confident in the sense what we got as an average. I think it's a really good shout, because the judges, I personally think, will scatter around here, and the odd ones might be taken out that come slightly low or more towards the right hand side, but majority, the good 5-6 judges that usually cluster together will cluster around here, guys. And as an average point of view, it looks spot on. Did anybody actually download the high-res pitch after they've played a couple of tickets? How does it look, and what height have they played at? Yeah, Atoro Gatti. Yeah, it's nice to have you join the live stream, bro. It's been a while since I spoke to you. So the midweek res increase will come to. I think it will. They'll introduce it slowly. Stig has one eye and vampire teeth. He won't reveal himself. You never know. Yeah. Can anybody guess what I would look like? And you know what? I'd love if you guys could put an image to my voice. Y can be 30 points up and down. Yes. the Y can change, Kaelan, because you know, when I give you guys an average in every single video, I take the cursor here, just say for instance, and then I use the average as a base point, as a center coordinate, and then I work around it. So just say for instance, I'll check the area of 1380 and 550. I'll check the area of 1389, 500. I'll check the area of 1437, 500, around here with my lines, and then see what area I actually like. Because a few people be like, "Oh, Stig, how come you didn't play exactly on the average?" The average is an indication of the area being in zone 1. Now, if you play here, and this is zone 1, and I play here, this could be a winning coordinate, or vice versa. This area could be the winning coordinate, and I play here because I find that the lines here look better than this area. So it's that part of it. Look, guys, you know, I wish I had a crystal ball to give you guys the exact coordinate, but unfortunately I don't. So what are the 2 coordinates you have on screen now? That, Toby, that's the these 2. Are you on about these 2 coordinates I had? That's the 2 averages I got. One was with, I think, 15 coordinates, and this one here, sorry, this top one's 15 coordinates, and the bottom one was with 17 coordinates. So it's pretty much similar: 1405, 1403, 547, and 550. So they're both pretty much in the same area. Is a right up in the middle. Can you line the blue player up? Okay, 1 second. I'll line the blue player up. I'm going to draw as accurately as I can for the guy in blue and see what we get. Would you guys say that's a good lining? What do you think? Is that decent lining for the guy in blue? I think that's decent. I think that line is spot on for the guy in blue. Let me know in the comments below if you guys think. Carlos, thank you so much for joining, bro. I wish you all the best with this week's DreamCar competition. I personally think with this week's DreamCar competition, if I win this week's DreamCar competition, I'm going to do something very special for the YouTube community. Honestly, I'm going to do something really, really special for the YouTube community. Would you say that's decent lining? I think the guy in orange is slightly off, to be fair. I think it's slightly off. I think with the guy in orange, the guy in white, sorry. I think with the guy in white, this line looks good. And then we get one from his forehead, and then we get the rest of his eye as well in. You see, if you're coming down, guys, yeah, even if you just place it there, it doesn't really look good for the guy in white, because this is the lowest. That's his eye, and you can see that whiteness. So I'm compensating that line to be pushed slightly more from the center of his forehead. I'd say the area we're in is a really, really good shout. Honestly, I think it's a really, really good shout. I feel confident with what those guys have come up with. So would you say that line there is a really good line for the guy in white? And then we'll get a center one from this guy. So it meets up exactly with that coordinate there. So I'm gonna give you that coordinate as well, guys. Use that as a reference point, because that one comes inside the circle and so do they. So the actual average we should work on is 1422, 528, and then you guys work which area you think is a lot better. But I think that area there, just generally even putting a ball over the coordinate and just leaving it there, I think that looks pretty decent for where the ball is. It looks good for the guy in blue, and it looks good for the guy in white as well. We've compensating from coming from 550s slightly higher. I don't think it'd be any lower than 550s. The average, if it does, it'll be about 10-15 pixels, but not anymore. If I win this week, my luck was on crack. It looks like hers going for the ball. It could be close to. I don't personally, Atoro, I don't think the ball is close to the guy in white. There's if it was close, his eyes would be a bit shut. So if he had just made contact with the ball around here, his eyes would be shut, his mouth, tensed up. But because his eyes they're wide open, so if a judge is going to place it here, he must be on crack, because that close the ball to him. Obviously we, as humans, we naturally have that natural instinct of protecting your eyes. Anything, if you remember from a young age, you used to do the crocodile clap. Somebody say, "Are you scared of a crocodile?" You'd be like, "No, no, no," and somebody will clap, and you naturally flinch and close your eyes. So if our football's coming towards your face about here, I'm pretty sure you'd naturally close your eyes. So when it comes to this week's as well, guys, I think we generally have a really, really good area. We've taken everything into consideration, and not only that, we've compensated the fact why this guy is looking more towards the right hand side. So if you guys got any more questions about this week's picture, you can ask me now. I've got a lot of free time. You guys can let me know if you get any more questions. Remember, the judges are professionals. Yeah, 100% professionals. Dougie D, is that Only Fools and Horses? What's his name? Oh my god, I forgot his name. Your thumbnail picture. I can't believe I forgot his name. One of my all-time favorite shows, man. Abdullah is given 1391, 485. Good shout. That's very close to our actual average as well. 485 in it. No, actually, it's not. what is it? 40. No, you're actually quite high up. So you're about here. You see, look, Abdul, when I place the ball here, just say for instance where you've just given your coordinate roughly, it looks nice for the guy in white, but if you look at the guy in blue, look at his eyes, the way it is, the way his head tilt is, he's not looking there. Whereas if you place the ball here, more towards the right hand side, I'd say the guy in blue is looking there. Or even if you use the highest coordinate that we have, you can see the guy in blue is actually looking there, and the guy in white. Take these things into consideration. Del Boy, that's it. Del Boy, I can't believe I couldn't. His name just went out of my head. Okay, they couldn't figure this pick out. They are close some weeks. I've seen them. They follow me on Instagram, so I checked the channel out. The only thing is, guys, I don't understand Gujarati. There's certain words I can understand. I've got a few Gujarati friends, but I can't understand the full dialect. And I'm pretty sure what they're doing. I have seen some weeks they are very, very close. So whatever they're doing, they must be doing something right, guys, with their coordinates, because some of the stuff they do, it does make sense. But I think the old school BOTB players have realized, look, you know, with this, BOTB is not just straightforward in the sense as you see the eyes and draw a line and that's where the ball is. That's why I started when I started playing BOTB. I thought, yeah, this is easy. You just draw lines and that's where he's looking. But that is not the case. Far from that, because there's the body language. Then, you know, is who's going to win the ball. These are the things you have to take into consideration as well. I just noticed the guy. Can you see the guy in the high vis? He's even looking generally in this direction. Do you know what I mean? We've got Mr. Baldy here who's looking in that direction. So it's a good shout. Good shout. The Gujarati lot do a Rubik's Cube. That's the only word I hear. See, something they say, it sounds like Rubik's Cube. Wow. But I think that's pretty much it, guys. I don't want to overthink about the picture as well, because sometimes when you start overthinking, certain areas start looking better than a good area that we've already got. So with this week, I'll do a box, but use this please as a reference point. I'd say 569 is the lowest for me. The highest, I'm gonna push it, guys. I'm gonna actually push. I'll do 100 by 100 pixel. So 469. Just to add to it, guys, if you feel like it's higher than 469, please do play it, because I think the height this week, even if it's slightly higher, you're about 10 pixels higher, play it. Height could be a bit of a problem. So I'm going to draw a straight line actually from this guy. And then cap it off at 5s. That's the box, green box. I'd say our coordinates are there, but there's loads of there's loads of pixels here. I'd say there's a 70% chance the actual average landing in that green box. I won't give you 100 purely because sometimes the judging is ridiculous. You see, look at this line now that I've drawn. It looks really good. Do you know what I mean? It looks really good. But as an average, will it be there? No. Nope. Not in a million years. You have to take into consideration that could be a judge. One judge could draw it here and put his coordinate there. One could draw it towards the right hand side using this guy and says here. So the spread should be roughly around here in that direction, and even in that trajectory. So overall, I think our average is really good. Now it's just a matter of fact of luck and getting our actual coordinate picked. Do you know what I mean? That's the center of the box, 14, 17, 5, 21. So I think that's pretty much it, guys. I don't want to add anything else and confuse myself and you guys. For the wide draw line from the left ankle up past the middle finger. For the wide draw a line from the left ankle up. Also from here. Sorry, bro. That's confused me, man. Funny name. If you wanna give me an explanation on that, I think it'd be nice. Thanks to Gidi, man. I appreciate you guys joining. Yeah, the white play line looks good. I think it's a good shout for the spread of the judges for the white guy. For this guy, they'd be pretty much simple lining because do you know what I mean? So if you guys want to use that as a reference point to cut off the green box, you can do. So it's 1481 and 1393 to cut off the green box and play in this area here. But I'll leave that to you guys. I'm gonna call it a night, guys. It's been on over an hour on the live stream, and hopefully I'm gonna catch up with you guys on the result day now. We were supposed to do BOTB off the script yesterday, but I got called into work. What are the two coordinates on the screen? Okay, I'll go through the coordinates and then you guys know. There's one at 1423, 527. We've got another one at 1405, 547. 1403, 550. These two are the live streams average. And then we've got one at 1444, 488. So there are 4 coordinates there. I think they're pretty decent. Generally in that area, they actually line up really good for the guy in white and blue. So I wish you all the best. If you guys can just leave a like on this video, and hopefully I'll catch up with you guys on Tuesday with the result day. I probably will get a video out on Monday for the midweek one. I'm thinking of actually doing a live stream for the midweek one. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below of me actually doing a live stream. I might actually put some up on my community page to see if people want me to do a live stream on what day and time. But hopefully I'll catch up with you guys very soon. Like always, guys, if you're new to my channel, please make sure you like, share and subscribe. and I just want the family to grow. It's kind of addicting, but hopefully I'll catch up with you very soon. Please take care, especially during these times, and like always, take care. Peace.